Hello and welcome back to the channel. More Twitter news. Twitter being sued in a class action lawsuit over massive layoffs without proper legal notice. This article coming to us courtesy of TechCrunch. So without further ado, let's get into this ever-changing story around the layoffs and Twitter. Twitter is being sued for not giving employees enough advance notice of a massive layoff that began in earnest early Friday. Now, I talked about this in my previous video that I just finished about how clearly these individuals knew that this was coming. This has been rumored to be happening for months, not to mention the fact that this was pointed to last year, not maybe is it last year, but certainly at the beginning of this year, this was alluded to when the then management at Twitter, they were looking to cut personnel costs from $1.5 billion by $800 million. It means a 50% cut. So a 50% cut has been in the cards for some time. So how these people didn't know, I don't know. But does that, or whatever they did know, does it meet the legal definition? I'm not sure. But here's another thing. These people were being notified through their personal email. So did they always have to put their personal email in? Did they have to provide that when they were hired? Or was that a recent thing? Were they recently required to provide their personal email in the case of a layoff? Because if so, would that also then count as notice? Again, I don't know the details. I don't have the details. I'm asking these questions. So if anyone does know anything about this, then please feel free to comment down below. But as said, Twitter is being sued for not giving employees enough advance notice of a mass layoff that began in earnest early Friday. The lawsuit alleges that Twitter violated worker protection laws, including the Federal Worker Adjustment and Retraining Notification Act, as well as the California WARN Act, both of which require 60 days of advance notice. The lawsuit was filed Thursday as news spread that the company, now under the ownership and direction of Elon Musk, would begin mass layoffs early Friday in an effort to reduce costs by eliminating 3,700 jobs, or about 50% of its total workforce. So here they're saying 50%. Again, that seems to be the number that keeps popping up over this last week. As for how they were notified of the Twitter layoffs, and how this is going to play out, well, here's how I think it plays out. First of all, about this lawsuit is not going to go anywhere. And here's the reason why. These acts require 60 days of advance notice. But having been someone who recently went through a layoff, here's how this plays out. Now, the company told us basically well in advance of the 60-day notice that we were going to be laid off. But I guess if the interpretation is you have to give someone 60 days notice that they will be laid off, not 60 days notice from we're going to go through layoffs, I don't know which one it is. Is it 60 days for the individual, like 60 days of confirmation, no, you're the one being laid off? Or is it just 60 days of notice that we're going to have layoffs and we're going to start this process? Which one it is, honestly, I don't know. Again, if you do know, comment, let me know in the comments down below. But either way, here's how you get around it. This is exactly what happened at my previous company, and that was that we were all laid off at the end of October of 2021. But our employment officially ran through the end of December 2021, which means we were given 60 days notice. So we were also paid for those last 2 months, regardless of the fact that we were not in the office. We no longer had access to our internal company email or any of the internal company sources or resources. So all that stuff, we were locked out of it completely. But technically, we had 60 days on payroll after the point in time at which we were notified that we were terminated. So that meets that letter of the law. One way or the other, that is 60 days of advance notice. No way to get around that. And that's simply all Elon has to do. He simply has to give these people another 2 months' pay and let them know your last day of any duties or responsibilities was today, but you are officially going to be on the books through, whatever day in January of 2023 is required to make that 60 days. Getting all these people off the payroll, even if you got to pay them another 2 months' salary, is nothing. Really, it is. The complaint alleges that Twitter began its layoff November 1st when it terminated the plaintiff in the lawsuit, Emmanuel Cornet, without providing the proper written notice in violation. And we already talked about how he's going to get around this lawsuit. Reminds the court that Musk has previously laid off employees without notice. Tesla, Musk's CEO and its largest shareholder, was sued by former employees after a mass layoff in June 2022. In that case, Musk directed Tesla executives to pause all hiring and to prepare for job cuts. Employees were never given advance warning, and hundreds were laid off a couple of weeks later. The lawsuit was later filed on behalf of those same employees, alleging that the company did not provide the 60 days of advance notice required by federal law during a recent round of layoffs. Under Twitter's takeover deal terms, Musk had agreed to keep employees' compensation and benefits the same. That means that the laid-off employees should receive 60 days of salary and the cash value of the stock they were to receive within 3 months of their last date at the company per law. So we'll see what happens. And next up, you have this little blurb here where someone is making a biased statement. Quote, Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, has made clear that he believes complying with federal labor laws is trivial. We have filed this federal complaint to ensure that Twitter should be held accountable to our laws and to prevent Twitter employees from unknowingly signing away their rights. Shannon Liss Riordan, one of the attorneys who filed the lawsuit. Okay, whatever. In any case, immediately after the takeover, of course, Musk fired Parag Agrawal, CFO Ned Siegel, General Counsel Sean Edgett, and Head of Legal Policy, Trust, and Safety, Jaya Gaddy. And that was that. And of course, the lawsuits, as a result, have also started. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below about the Twitter lawsuit, the class action lawsuit against them. What do you think is going to happen? I mean, pretty much I told you what I thought is going to happen. They're going to give them 60 days. And I guess if the, anything that vests basically in that time, with regards to stocks, they should be eligible to receive, well as payout for any vacation that they haven't taken. That's just a law. And yeah, I do believe that if that's what the law says, then Twitter, like every employer, regardless of who the owner is, should have to meet that law. So that is that. I honestly, it's not that hard to get around. Pay them 2 months and be done with it. You're set, right? You're done with this. You don't have to deal with it anymore. But again, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And in the meantime, if you want to continue to support the channel, then please click the like, the share, and the subscribe buttons. If you're currently enjoying the content, then please do subscribe. We're pushing for 1,000 subscribers, closing in on 700. Every subscription counts. So if you're enjoying the content, then please do subscribe. Another way that you can support the channel is through our Patreon. So please check the description below and follow that link to become a member for exclusive access and content. That's all I have for now, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great day.